I mean, I don't think that UFC 200 was necessarily completely John Jones's fault, and he's never lost. And you're telling me that he has to beat somebody to get a shot at a fake belt?
So what does happen there? Officially, Jones is the interim champion, DC being the champion. So let's say that Johnson fights Jones. I guess the interim title is up. They're just going to play two. That's never been done. They all, if both guys are healthy, you put the interim champ against the champ. Essentially, he's got to put the Intercontinental strap up again. I mean, is that how this works? They'll fight for the interim title?
I have no idea. I assume, Jones is the interim champion. They haven't stripped him yet. So if him and Johnson were to fight, I guess that'd be for the interim title. But, it's tough to say right now. I mean, even if they give John 6 months, they give him the same suspension as Yoel Romero, we're still looking at some time here. It's not like they could fight at Madison Square Garden. So to me, Anthony Johnson and Cormier should fight again, as soon as possible.
Yeah, well, and the Jones thing is interesting, too. I mean, that's hilarious. He's for sure beating that thing. But what they're saying is, we got him. He took a banned substance, but they're hanging their hat on, oh, great, what great news. It turns out we found something that was tainted and maybe he didn't know. Well, the rules could not be any clearer that has nothing to do with it. If it's tainted, that's a different deal. But taking something and go, oh, well, I didn't know, it couldn't be clear that that's out of bounds. And now it's like, oh, do you see what I'm saying? I'm not articulating well, but they're acting like, look, this was Daniel Cormier's words. He goes, maybe he didn't take what everybody thought, but he still took a banned substance. And that's true.
Yeah, he took a banned substance, but there's already precedent that taking a banned substance that was found in a supplement that you thought was something else, there's already precedent with Tim Means and Yoel Romero. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but it's trending like Jones is going to get off scot-free or maybe with a minor 6-month suspension retroactive to June 16th.
Okay, so I will drink to that. I understand your point, but hear mine, and I could be off. None of us have the info, right, because they're not giving it to us. But here, let me just lay out two scenarios. Let's say there is a supplement and it lists the ingredients. This is what happened with Yoel and Tim Means. It lists the ingredients, and then they throw one in that isn't there. That is what they are defining as a tainted supplement. That, hey, that was never supposed to be in there. In fact, here's the list of what they are representing it has, and they put something else in. Okay, tainted. Let me paint another scenario. He takes a straight-up banned substance. Now, he doesn't fully know what he's taking. He's trying to get an erection, but he doesn't ever read the ingredients. Had he read the ingredients, he would clearly see that's in there and that is banned. Those are two different scenarios. So,
well, under that scenario, then he should probably be. He shouldn't get a slap on the wrist. It should probably be, maybe not 2 years, but maybe a year because he's responsible for reading the ingredients. But from what I've heard, those types of pills, you're not going to find coldness.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll just there's no reason to speculate. They're playing it close to the vest for good reason. It'll come out. But, yeah, it is definitely looking like, particularly with the comments that, a Jones versus Johnson fight is looming. It definitely looks like in a back room this has already been figured out, and that he will be back. So good for him. I want to see that fight. I get your point. I don't know what you do with the interim. See, the interim belt gets confusing too, Brian, because that belt exists. Do you just take it away? Maybe. Because the problem with interim is it means just that. In the interim, until the champion is back. In the meanwhile, well, the champion is back. So there is no in the meanwhile. There is no interim. But I don't know what you do with the belt. Do you just pass it on? I think you do, but it's weird.
Well, you could do whatever you want. I mean, you can make the rules up as you go, which they typically do. But I mean, if you're going by the strict definition, it is interim. So to bridge the gap, and Daniel Cormier will be ready soon, and Anthony Johnson will be ready to go soon, and possibly John Jones. So I think it would, to me, if John Jones is eligible to compete, he's got to fight Daniel Cormier.
Yeah, I agree with that too.